What's going on, everybody? Make sure you drop a like, drop a follow, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment. What kind of videos do we see come out on the channel next? But we're going to jump right into it. I just picked up a little over 40 bucks. It's 43 books for 40 bucks. So, or no, 45 bucks. So, it was 44 books for 45 bucks. So, pretty much $1 a piece. We're going to call it $1 a piece. I know it's $1 and a couple cents, but whatever. And we're going to start off with the best book, and one of the best books. We're going to end off with the other best book. So I guess we'll start off with this gorgeous piece right here. Now, I'm also going to interlude. Make sure you follow me on the Instagram and Facebook, and check out, there's a show coming up next weekend from when this will drop. The weekend of the week this video is going to come out. I will be set up at Ed's show over at the Raiders of Lost Ark, or Lost Toys, Raiders of Lost Toys pop-up show in the antique store. If you follow Raiders of Lost Ark online, you'll know. If you're in the South Jersey area, you'll know. Go check the show out. I might bring a couple boxes of books, but I definitely have some toys there. Come swing by, spend some money, find some goodies. It'll be good stuff there. But we're going to jump into today's video. And we got Batman vs. the Hulk, the Treasury Edition. Now I'm working on a video of all the Marvel and DC crossovers. And this is an important little part of that. Early crossover is only technically four treasures with crossovers with Marvel and DC. And this is the fourth one, I believe. This might be in between the Batman and the Superman Spider-Mans. But either way, doesn't matter. This is awesome. Gorgeous artwork in here. Great line work. Awesome book. I've always wanted to add this in my collection. I actually don't have any of the treasuries of the crossovers in my personal collection. So that was a nice little addition. Then we got Cyberforce #1. It's a newsstand. Why not? I got a couple Hawkman issues that I needed for my run. Hawkman 44. Nothing special there. The New Guardians #4. Nothing super special there either. But the New Guardians is a fun run. Then there's a point in time where the Hawkman run turned into Hawkgirl. So I got a couple of issues in there. Actually, in this, Hawkgirl battles the villain of theirs from way back and a big mummy and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Then I have this gnarly looking bag, but the Cyborg Neil Adams variant. Happy to pick that one up. We've got Criminal #1 by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. If you watch my shorts where I talk about new news and announcements and fun stuff like that, you'll know this is currently optioned for an upcoming series. So I should probably prop these up a little bit so you can kind of see them. Still experimenting on how I'm holding up the books and stuff. Kept that M42, First Appearance of Death in Continuity with DC Comics. There's a couple of first deaths throughout DC. Then we have, if you saw my last Dolabin video, you'll see I picked up, I think, issue 4 of this run. Now I got issue 5 of Blade the Vampire Hunter. So that was exciting. Knock out a couple of those in the Dolabins. Resident Evil Fire and Ice #4. I always pick up the video game adaptation, especially when I see them cheap. And the other adaptations I always pick up is horror movie adaptations. I always pick up horror movie spin-offs and adaptations when I see in the Dolabin, especially if it's something that I like. So when you see something like Trancers, I gotta pick it up. So I got #1 and #2 from Full Moon Comics. Then here is, now look, I don't subscribe to the whole you gotta buy it if it's a newsstand thing, but there's a couple of them that I know are a little bit harder to find, and I know you could fetch you a couple extra bucks. So Aesthetic #11 newsstand, I know I can get more than $1 for, so I took the gamble on it. I'm not a huge fan of the whole newsstand thing, but I'll take a gamble on it. And then the Rocketeer official movie adaptation. Dave Stevens is red hot right now. Dave Stevens is the talk of the town. His Johnny Quest cover, his main Johnny Quest cover is skyrocketing right now. His Crossfire book cover is super expensive at the moment. A lot of Dave Stevens stuff is going up. So good time if you find any of them for super cheap. It's always good to pick up Dave Stevens in the Dolabin, so I'll take that one. Then we got New X-Men 117. I want to say this isn't Beak. This is somebody else. If I remember, I'll throw it up here. But there's first appearance in that. But it's a book I impulse buy. Midnight Suns Unlimited. I don't want this stuff to fall, so. Minnesota Unlimited, number 8. Gorgeous Man-Thing cover right there. Probably my favorite modern Man-Thing cover. I definitely prefer, the Man-Thing original stuff and the Fear covers mostly to this one. But still, great cover. Fun pickup. Hellboy versus Lobster Johnson, number 1. Great cover. Some Hellboy stuff I'll pick up because you could always make good money on certain Hellboy books, especially the older stuff. But that cover, I know, is just worth picking up. You've already Straight to Hell, number 5 by Chaos Comics. Why not? Great. Huge cover there. Then we've got Green Arrow 54. There's always stuff falling in my videos. You ever notice that? I wonder if there's a reason for that. I don't know. I'm holding my hand now. Green Arrow, number 54. I was just a reader book. Of course, Beer Master's not actually in it until the last page, which is why would he be? But it was a good read. Then I've got Catwoman number 48, another newsstand. Again, I don't ultimately subscribe to the newsstand stuff, but I love that balanced era of Catwoman. A couple more Hawkmans for my runs. Hawkman number 7. Hawkman number 22. Now, if you haven't already seen it, I did a whole video on the history of Hawkman and, the important stories and key issues he's in. So go check that out if you haven't already. Then I got Planet Planets number 2. Great Alex Ross cover. It's a little bit ticked up, but again, it was a newsstand, and I never see these with the newsstands, so I picked it up for shits and giggles. Then we got the Twilight Zone one-shot spectacular premiere edition. Also a newsstand. Not why I picked it up. I picked it up because not only is the cover done by Neil Adams, but I do believe he did the interiors for the entire book. I'm a big Neil Adams fan. This might be my second copy, but I always pick it up when I see it because why not? Gorgeous Neil Adams goodness, and it's the Twilight Zone. Can't go wrong with Twilight Zone. Gen 13, number 9. First Humberto Ramos work in published comics. Definitely a little unknown back there, so book worth keeping an eye on if you're a Humberto Ramos fan. And then we got another issue of Blade the Vampire Hunter, number 10. Super late in the run. I think it's a 12-issue maxi, so pretty happy with that. Then I got 2 copies of the Jaguar God because, I'm not blanking on his name. It is Danzig. Glenn Danzig's book. And I always pick up the Danzig stuff, especially the Verotic titles. So, 2 copies of the Jaguar God. Always been picking them up. Always pick. One will be mine. One will be to sell, probably. Eventually. Who knows? Marvel Shillers number 7. Nothing super expensive. Interesting here. It's a beat-up copy, but it's a run filler. And it's a reader. Why not? It's been loved. It's been written on. It's been preached. It's been read, I'm sure. But you got a classic Red Wolf appearance. You got the Super Scroll. You got Tigra. What more do you want out of a comic book from that era? Uncanny X-Men number 190. This one's a great, fun read. 187. Can't go wrong with X-Men, especially of this era. 196 with this great Wolverine Shadow cover. But this era X-Men, always a lock. Always worth picking up. Man-Bat number 2 and number 3. This is a fun read. Now I need to find number 1. But I think Man-Bat's only series. Maybe one of 2. He might have 2 series. And we round out with these 2 books that talk about a spec book. This is a deep spec here. Hang with me. So you might know, you may or not know, Archie 601 has a mini insert in the side of it. Kind of like a mini comic. It's not really a comic per se. And it's advertisement for the Clone Wars when it was debuting. And inside is the first time Cad Bane's printed in a comic. Well, I always thought it was just for that book. But, and mind you, it's in the staples of that book. In this book, there's a little cardboard piece. And there's the little mini book. And the second to last page. I believe the second to last page, I'm fairly certain. Yes, it is. Is good old Mr. Cad Bane. So, that's a deep spec. Technically, first periods of Cad Bane in comics. Now, not only did I just opened this book up and it happened to be in there. I opened this book up. And it happened to be in there. So, I wonder if it's books that came out that week, maybe specifically that month. I'm not sure. I got to do a little bit more research on those 2 books and how they correspond when it comes to release dates. But, deep spec. I knew about the Archie book. I did not know about these 2. And they're put in different than the Archie book. So, deep spec. And we got Suicide Squad number 38. Is actually a buddy of mine tipped me off to this book. He had said it was, and I thought it was a different book, but he said this is his first time Oracle's called Oracle. So I thought it was a different book. I don't know. Either way, I bought it because I want to read the Bronze Tiger story because I'm a big Bronze Tiger fan. And I flipped through it. There's a whole lot of Bronze Tiger action going on there. So, can't go wrong. And we got Tales of Teen Titans number 43. First full appearance, if I'm not mistaken, of Jericho, who is a big member of the X-Men history. This is a fairly clean cover. Got a couple ticks on it, but I always buy this when I see them in the dollar bin, as long as they're not absolutely like rags. I won't pick them up if they're rags because they're out there. But I have a couple of these. I think that's a great dollar bin pickup, especially if we ever get to the point where we're going to get Jew's Contract in live action. These are going to be, I mean, it's good to just pick up any of the Jew's Contract issues because it's the quintessential Teen Titans story, the quintessential Deathstroke story. Of course, one part of it is, the Nightwing issue. And you got this one of the issue prior. Not the Nightwing issue. I don't think that's part of Jew's Contract. No, I'm really... The story's great. I'm really trying to remember now. But you got this and the other issue prior are worth picking up. I don't know. I'm rambling. Then the last two books, we got X-Men Annual number 4. Great artwork in this one. Cool cover. And to round it all out, Adventures into Fear number 24. Boom. First meeting of Blade and Morbius. Not mad at that at all. Gorgeous book. Really exciting. Well, I'll tell you, it's a B copy. It's been loved. It's got a little staple rust. It's got overspray. It's got some creases. It needs a press, as you can see. You probably see. There's a, it's been folded. It's got some dirt on it. It's been loved. But for $1, I'm happy to have it. It's a good little key from this era. I feel weird holding it like that, but it's not in like a new baggy board because I'm going to have it pressed and clean and worked on probably. And then it's it's a nice little book. Actually, now that I think about it, there's actually 45 books in this lot. There's another issue that I'm swapping out with the guy. I got to bring him my copy, which is a little bit worse, and we're just swapping it even for a cleaner copy. Mine's got a couple extra ticks on it. We're just swapping it, which I appreciate. But either way, not too shabby. We got some solid stuff. This is definitely the highlight, and this is a nice little bonus plus 43 other mostly solid books, a couple run fillers, some stuff to read, and some minor keys. First Roberto Ramos artwork, first Cad Bane, sort of, some other fun stuff. And then on top of that, I've been setting up at the flea market from time to time to blow out some toys and some overstock. And I set up the other day and actually made a trade with a buddy of mine for some figures. Now, if you're a figure guy, so this is all Marvel and DC stuff. But if you're also an action figure collector, picked up some cool stuff. This is what will kill you, though. If you know your stuff, this is from a 4-pack, Marvel Horror 4-pack. That's really tough, right? That's Simon Dark the Zombie. Awesome figure. You've got Boom, and then you've got Dracula. Now, you might know that there's a Werewolf by Night that goes in a set. Sadly, I got to the box, and while I'm digging through, I pulled out these 3, and the guy next to me pulled out the Werewolf, and he wouldn't trade it to me. I tried to buy it off him after he bought it, tried to let him make some money. He didn't want to give it up, so, oh well. I've got 3 of the 4 set. I am now on hunt to find a loose Werewolf by Night figure. Then we got a gorgeous Dr. Fate. He's really nice. We got Manus. He's pretty clean. We've got a classic looking Steppenwolf based off of that Superpowers design. That one's awesome. Pretty happy with that. We got Gentleman Ghost, which this is cool. His first appearance I've been hunting for a while. I have his second, but I need his first. And to round it all out, a Count Dracula Mego that is based off of, I'm a blanket on his name, from Hammer Horror Dracula. Christopher, I'm blanking. I feel like an idiot. One of my favorite actors of the era. Either way, picked it up. Pretty happy with that. Some solid stuff. overall, not too shabby. If you haven't already, follow me here on Facebook, Instagram for more daily content. I put stuff up on the shorts every single day with new news and announcements and flipping through books and fun stuff like that, some movie clips, randomness. And then on Instagram, Facebook, I post throughout the week of, stuff I found, going out hunting for stuff. I do series contents with a hunt where I talk about going out, stuff I didn't pick up, stuff I saw out in the wild, stories I had, people I ran into, fun stuff like that. And then follow the Facebook group Fandoms Unleashed for more behind the scenes look, comics, polls for upcoming videos, and tons of fun stuff like that. Keep an eye out for a breakdown of Marvel and DC's crossovers. It's probably going to come out in multiple parts, so I'm working on that. That's going to take a little while. But I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace.